Hello, it's Paint Numbers here with a bumper video for all the stages in the Lords Mobile Limited Challenge Darkness Calls. There's 6 stages here and 10 medals to earn, and we'll be starting out with the first stage, which is comfortably the hardest. There's lots of shouting here, no, and don't die! You will figure out who I'm shouting out in a bit. Now, all the lineups here will be free to play, so if you want to duplicate them you can. With this stage we have plenty of enemies who also serve as familiars in the game. They also have a lot of useful information that you want to know about them. Now we've got the Goblin who will greatly increase attack when he falls. The Evil Weevil who can heal and will also heal his comrades to max health when he's defeated. Totem Pest who can disable healing and also hits quite hard. I've got the Boulder who will allow his comrades to absorb all attacks for about 5 seconds I think it is, and Krabby who reduces attack when he falls. Requirements are pretty much what you'd expect from a limited challenge, no more than 1 hero can fall, must use Dark Follower, got this generic one here. With the lineup I've chosen here is Primadonna for healing, Snow Queen for her freezing, Child of Light for his shield and his stun as well, and Demon Slayer who's just always a solid choice. Now, if you do have Lore Weaver, I'd use Primadonna anyway, because the set strength here, Lore Weaver doesn't have like the butterflies that can heal, and because she can't hit all heroes, Primadonna is better because she can. And now, without further ado, let's begin. Okay, so this first part of the stage is pretty straightforward. The only ultimate you'll want to use Primadonna's healing, and you'll want to save the others for the next part of the stage. Next, Demon Slayer who takes the most damage in this. Now, I'm sure we all appreciate the big bear barrel chest that he has, but he can really do with some armour, maybe made from shadows. On this part, you'll want to freeze the Boulder and the Totem Pest. When Demon Slayer jumps behind Boulder, use his ability and attack with Dark Follower. When the Boulder falls, stun the Krabby and the Totem Pest. Now it's a bit difficult to position, but it's doable. When they come out of that stun, that is when you know you can start doing damage again. So attack with Demon Slayer. Be pretty vigilant with your healing. Freeze the Totem Pest with Snow Queen and then just keep attacking with Dark Follower when you can. Now with this stage you'll want to make sure, or try and make sure, that the Goblin and the Weevil don't fall too quickly, especially the Goblin, so focus your ultimates on the right side of the stage. If you're going to use Demon Slayer, use him sparingly and only when he's in the centre of the group so you can at least hit all of them.
I can't take the heat.
It's quite irritating having to do it like this, but it really is for your own benefit. You also want to try and keep an eye on when the Boulder guy falls, so you don't end up wasting an ultimate inadvertently. If the Goblin does fall, it can be pretty tricky, but you should be able to pass. And there you go, that's the stage. Wow, that's totally obnoxious. And now for the second stage. Okay, so stage 2. Now the enemies here really don't give a lot of information on what they do, apart from this guy who, upon defeat, will heal everyone else around them. They don't have a lot of health, but there's a fair few amount of them in each part of the stage, so it's like a process of you defeat the bees, they heal, you got damage again, they die. Nice lovely loot there. The only change in requirements is you've got this pane at the bottom from the previous stage. You can stop that heal and re-damage loop from the bees. Now this stage is only a little bit easier than the previous one, at least you don't have a lot of enemies with big abilities, so that's nice. The lineup is pretty much the same. Again, you've got the Totem Pest making that difference. You've got Prima Donna for healing, Child of Light for the shield and the stunning, Demon Slayer who can defeat everything, apart from when he's being defeated himself. Now let's start the stage. Here you'll have 4 bees, 2 of them magma guys, and Master Cook right at the back there hiding nicely. Unfortunately, Totem Pest ability doesn't charge all that quick, but as soon as you start getting ultimates, use them. Use Child of Light's ability to stun, but you're going to want to make sure you hit Master Cook. As soon as you can heal, do so. There's only 1 bee left, so it's really not worth using Totem Pest. That is so obnoxious. Now, as soon as you get in, use the Totem Pest. Stun as many of the enemies as you can. Now, I don't know how long Totem Pest ability lasts for, it doesn't tell you helpfully. As soon as you can use ultimate to do so, and be very vigilant with your healing. When you stun, make sure you hit Master Cook. So you can do a fair amount of damage in this. Is there any left? No, there isn't. Oh well, still does a bit of damage. Now in this last part of the stage, you're gonna get a ton of enemy reinforcements. It's still pretty doable though, just focus on taking down the minions as opposed to going for the Queen Bee. So that way you've got less enemies to battle. Make sure you keep a close eye on healing. Stun as many of the enemies as possible and use the Totem Pest to stop the bees from healing. Just keep attacking. Stun, heal, and you'll get through this. So many enemy reinforcements, it's ridiculous. It's just a constant barrage. But this lovely dream team will get through it just fine. And you'll soon start noticing less of the cannon fodder. Oh, nice bit of floating wood. Cool. And there you go. All done. It most certainly is. Now let's move on to the next stage. Okay, the 3rd stage. Now I've got some familiar faces here and some much more useful enemy information. They can all use shields. Now the only change in requirement we've got is the Goblin who can break those shields, and the only shield we're going to want to break is the Helldriders, because these 2 guys, their shield it doesn't really last that long and it doesn't shield them from that much damage anyway. The lineup I've chosen here is Tracker for her high damage output, Prima Donna for her healing, and Demon Slayer for his ability to just defeat everything very efficiently. Now let's start the stage.
Darkness is the one true justice.
We've only got 3 guys here, and the only ultimate we're going to be using will be Demon Slayers. He will lose his health very quickly, Surprise!
Just die.
But Dark Follower will be able to heal in one time. And then he will take those two out with one brilliant swipe. Now we've got a few more guys here this time, and we're going to be using some more ultimates. Dark Follower and Demon Slayer to hit as many as possible, and Tracker to attack the guy closest to the Dark Follower. Be vigilant with your healing, but make sure you save the Goblin's ability. Now you use Demon Slayer one more time, and then after that, everything should fall. Why throw money at problems when you can just throw raw power at them? Now here's when you've got the Helldriver and his shield, which you can see. And it's very clear, it's like a big, bright, fiery red ring. Don't focus any like Tracker's attacks on him, just go for the minions, take all the minions out and then deal with the Helldriver last. Just keep attacking, and unfortunately the Goblin's ability takes a while to charge, so there may be points when you won't be able to attack the Helldriver, but as soon as you get that shield and you break it, if you've got any ultimates, use them right away. If it's been a while since you've broke a shield, initial healing, save ultimates until you see the shield and you know you can start using your ultimates again. But of course you've got to wait for the Goblin. It's a fairly straightforward stage. And now we can move on to the fourth one. Alright, the fourth stage. Now, we've got some familiars here, and we've got the Bon Appetit, who's really noisy. We've got some helpful enemy information as well. Turtle Titan is immune to magic. Gargantua is immune to physical. And this guy who can actually deal a lot of damage to the enemies. And we'll be taking advantage of that with the new requirement here, this seahorse creature whose ability can defeat those fire guys instantly. And we'll be using that to deal a lot of damage to the enemies. But unfortunately in the first stage you can't do that. You can't take advantage of it. But never mind. Here we'll be using Prima Donna for healing. Child of Light for his shield and his stun, and Demon Slayer for a quick defeat of everything else. And without further ado, let's begin.
Leave it to me.
This stage is pretty straightforward, although the enemies take damage pretty quickly, so it's still pretty easy to pass. As soon as you can attack the Demon Slayer, do so. And then as soon as you can stun, you'll want to do so. Then heal, and that's it. Turtle Titan will fall pretty quickly. Now you want a nice mix of magic and physical here because of, the mix of enemies, the Gargantua and the Turtle Titan. As soon as the stage starts, use the bubble guy to deal a lot of damage and then attack with your other ultimates. That'll clear them the stage real nice. Stun all the minions and to leave yourself with Gargantua. And just let the heroes defeat him. Save your ultimates. Wait for that one guy to move down and then use your ability to again deal lots of damage. And then start using all your ultimates. You will get enemy reinforcements of them. Be vigilant with your healing here because these enemies can do a fair bit of damage. Now let that guy approach. Use your ability. You can also use other ultimates to defeat them as well, but the only one that will make them fall instantly will be the bubble guy. Just keep using ultimates to make everything full. When one of those fire guys is near the Bon Appetit, use the bubble guy again to deal damage to her, and sort of keep repeating this pattern over and over. It's really straightforward. Thankfully, a lot easier than the previous stages. And there you go. Wonderful. Yeah, we did. And now we're moving on to the 5th stage. Alright, so the 5th stage. Some more familiar faces here. No useful enemy information. The only useful information about the enemies you'll learn is what you'll see when you actually try the stage. And that is the Griffin can do a lot of damage. The Trickstar can also do a lot of damage. And also the Harpies will have that charm ability that can make your heroes attack each other. Thankfully, we've got this Boulder guy as our new enemy, our new requirement. He can use a shield that will shield all your heroes from damage for a few seconds, like 3 to 5, it doesn't say, but that's about how long. Hero lineup here is Primadonna for healing, Incinerator for her stun capabilities, and Demon Slayer to defeat lots of enemies very quickly. Now let's start.
Every light casts a shadow.
This part is really straightforward. It's just a case of attack with Demon Slayer and then heal when you need to. Trust me, you will.
Just die.
See? Just lots of damage. Too bad you can't pick up all them holy stars. They'd be useful, wouldn't they? You're going to want to save the ultimates for the next part of this stage, especially Boulder guys. As soon as you get to the stage, use it, and then that will shield you from all them Harpy attacks. Once you've done that, start attacking with your heroes, and then all these lackeys will slowly start falling. Make sure you keep a very close eye on health, because it can go down very quickly. Wait for the Griffin to go up to your heroes before you use Boulder Guy's ability to shield everyone. And then, same as the previous stage, use Incinerate to stun, but make sure you hit the Griffin. And then attack with the others. Be really vigilant with your healing here, because you've got 2 enemies that can do a lot of damage. When you stun with Incinerator again, make sure you target as many of those enemies as possible. Use the Boulder guy and just keep healing. That Griffin attack unfortunately lasts a really long time, but you want to get rid of him before the Trickstar, and then once you have, you've just got the one enemy. Nice and easy. There you go. And now the last stage. Thankfully, it's really easy. So here we are, the last and final stage. Lots of recognisable faces, but not a lot of useful information. There's only a bit. We've got the Grim Reaper, who's highly resistant to magic, and the Cyclops guy, who has high defense. We also know the Petite Devil can put heroes to sleep, so you're going to want to have him defeated very quickly. Requirements are a little bit different in that we've got 2 extras instead of 1. We've got this Krabby, who I think shields some damage. It's really not clear what he does. But the Weevil, we do know, can heal, so you won't need Primadonna. With only 2 weapon slots, I've chosen Tracker for her high damage output, and Demon Slayer for his ability to hit lots of enemies at once. Also, they're both physical attackers, so you won't have to worry about Grim Reaper's resistance to magic too much. Just don't bring another magic hero here, just use a physical attacker. And now let's get this challenge over and done with. This part's pretty simple. Your main focus will be Twilight Priestess. She will move to attack Weevil, but Demon Slayer will follow her soon after. When you get his ultimate, you're going to want to use it right away. If she doesn't fall right away, you can use Tracker to make her go. When you start the stage, use that Crabbee's ability. I don't know if it's good timing or not, it's just not clear, which is really irritating. It'd be nice to know. Be vigilant with your healing, and when you get Tracker's ability back, if you don't already, use it immediately to attack Petite Devil so you can make sure she doesn't put your heroes to sleep. On this part of the stage, you're going to want to focus Tracker's attacks on Twilight Priestess, because for some reason this time she's much more powerful than before. Continue to be very vigilant with your healing, and as soon as you can use Demon Slayer's ability, do so. Keep focusing Dark Follower on that group of enemies up there. Focus Tracker this time on the Grim Reaper. And there you go, was the stage. Actually, that was my alarm to alert me it's time to bid on a cool new Pokemon shirt. Sorry about that. There you go, that's the video for every single stage in this new limited challenge. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.